That bottle of shampoo in your shower could be destroying your hair from the inside out. Wash after wash. What you take for innocent hair care actually contains formaldehyde, the same chemical used by funeral homes to embalm corpses. Sulfates so aggressive they're used in the auto industry to degrease engines and garage floors. And synthetic fragrances directly linked to cancers and serious hormonal imbalances. For the elderly whose scalps are already sensitive and thinning, for families who bathe their children every night thinking they're doing the right thing, it's not just a bad consumer product. It's a perfectly legal daily chemical attack disguised as personal care. In today's investigation, we're going to expose 7 shampoo brands that you should absolutely never use, even if they've been sitting in your bathroom for decades. We'll dive into the chemistry of these products to understand how the industry deliberately makes you dependent. And stay tuned until the end, because we'll reveal the brands that are truly clean and scientifically tested. What you massage onto your head goes directly into your bloodstream. Yet, since the 1950s, the cosmetic industry has replaced natural soaps with synthetic detergents that are much cheaper to produce, creating an illusion of cleanliness based on foam and fragrance rather than the actual health of the hair follicle. Let's start our blacklist. Number 7. Pantene. The silicone that smothers your scalp and suffocates your hair. For decades, Pantene has promised unparalleled professional shine with its famous golden bottles found in supermarkets worldwide. But the scientific truth behind this shine is disturbing. International dermatological studies have shown that Pantene's secret lies in 2 ingredients, dimethicone and cyclomethicone. These are heavy silicones, synthetic polymers derived from petroleum. When you wash your hair, these silicones coat each strand in a waterproof layer. They create an instant feeling of softness under your fingers. But there's the trap. They don't rinse out completely. They build up, layer after layer, wash after wash. After a few weeks, your hair is totally sealed off. Natural moisture can no longer penetrate. Nutrients from your other treatments no longer reach the core of the fiber. Your hair suffocates under an invisible liquid plastic. And that's not all. The sweet addictive scent you smell, those are phthalates. Phthalates are infamous endocrine disruptors linked to fertility and development problems. Some regions of the world, like Europe, regulate them strictly. But in many other countries, there is an absolute legal vacuum. Trichology experts have documented cases of patients who lost 30% of their hair density after 2 years of daily Pantene use. The follicle, suffocated and intoxicated, eventually dies and falls out. Furthermore, Pantene uses sodium lauryl sulfate, an extremely harsh detergent. It strips away your natural oils, your skin panics, and produces more sebum to protect itself. As a result, your hair gets greasy very quickly, forcing you to wash it more often. It's a brilliant business model for them, but a disaster for your hair health. Number 6. Herbal essences. The great botanical scam and toxic greenwashing. These are those colorful bottles covered with images of lush flowers, coconuts, and exotic herbs. The aroma hits you intensely as soon as you open the cap. Your brain instantly associates this smell with nature. That is exactly the goal. But independent chemical analyses have revealed a much darker reality. Some of these products contain literally 0 real botanical extracts. The intoxicating aromas come from synthetic fragrances, cocktails of chemicals derived from petrochemistry, designed in labs to mimic nature. Worse still, herbal essences contains methylisothiazolinone, known as MIA. It is an extremely aggressive antibacterial preservative. Public health authorities have banned it in several regions of the world for leave-in products, as it's one of the most potent allergens used in cosmetics. Residues remain on your scalp, and over time, the immune system reacts. You develop what is called severe contact dermatitis. Redness, flaking, burns that take months to heal, sometimes requiring corticosteroid creams. If you read the ingredient list on the back of the bottle, you'll see fragrance often appears 3rd or 4th. The scientific names of plants, if any, are at the very end of the list, present in microscopic amounts, just to have the legal right to draw a plant on the label. For children whose skin barrier is much more permeable than that of adults, these chemicals are absorbed in mass. It is an industrial poison sold under the guise of Mother Nature. Number 5. Head and Shoulders, the antifungal that destroys your microbiome and makes you dependent. This is undoubtedly the textbook case of the industry creating diseases. For decades, this blue and white bottle has been the absolute reflex for anyone suffering from dandruff or itching. But here is the industrial secret they refuse to tell you. Head and Shoulders contains zinc perithione, usually at a 1% concentration. It's a very powerful antifungal agent. Its role is to kill the Malassezia fungus, which is responsible for skin flaking, and indeed it kills it very well. But the major problem is that zinc perithione makes no distinction. It's a nuclear bomb for your head. It also kills all the beneficial bacteria that reside on your scalp. It destroys your skin flora, strips away your natural oils, and pulverizes the lipid barrier that prevents infections. Use this product for weeks, and your scalp becomes a sterile land, unable to defend itself alone. Dermatologists call the consequence of this the rebound effect. If you stop using this shampoo, the fungus responsible for dandruff returns, but this time, there are no good bacteria left to fight it. The dandruff infection thus returns 10 times stronger than before. Panicked, you go back to buy a bottle of Head and Shoulders, believing it's the only product that works. In reality, the product has destroyed your skin's immune system to make you dependent for life. It's a diabolical sales strategy. Not to mention that clinical studies show that the prolonged and daily use of zinc perithione causes chronic inflammation of the root, leading to premature hair thinning. You're not buying a remedy, you're buying an addiction. Number 4. Tresemme. Formaldehyde under the hot water of your shower. Tresemme built its empire on a very clear positioning, offering professional hair salon quality in large, elegant bottles at an affordable price. But the illusion collapsed. During a massive class action lawsuit filed in North America, a terrifying truth was brought to light. The Keratin Smooth line and several other ranges contained formaldehyde-releasing preservatives. Let's recall the scientific facts. Formaldehyde is a highly toxic gas. It's the chemical used to preserve corpses and biological specimens. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, part of the World Health Organization, officially classifies it as a known human carcinogen. There is no scientific doubt it causes cancer. The lawsuit filed claimed, supported by medical records, that many users had suffered massive hair loss, chemical scalp burns, and purulent skin lesions. But how does the product work? Tresemme used an ingredient called DMDM hydantoin. It's a very cheap preservative. Its peculiarity is that it releases formaldehyde very slowly upon contact with water. Imagine the scene. You are in your shower. The water is nice and hot. The heat opens the pores of your skin. The shampoo releases toxic gas that mixes with the water vapor in the shower stall. You're breathing in a carcinogen with every breath, and your scalp absorbs it directly. Every shower every morning is an accumulated chemical exposure. The multinationals' response to this scandal has been silence and discreet reformulations, without ever organizing a massive recall to protect consumers. They promise you hair as smooth as silk, but they deliver a daily exposure to severe toxins. Number 3. Suave. And all equivalent entry-level brands. The illusion of low price and the destruction of your proteins. You know them. They're those huge family-sized jugs sold for the price of a simple coffee. For large families or budget-conscious people, it seems like a smart economic choice. The scent is pleasant, the bottle is large. But if you understand the math of the chemical industry, the numbers don't lie. Formulating a quality shampoo is expensive in terms of raw materials. How can these brands sell a finished product with packaging, transport, and the supermarket's margin for almost nothing? The answer is that they use chemical industry waste, the lowest grade and most abrasive ingredients on the market. These shampoos make massive use of ammonium lauryl sulfate. It's a detergent that's even more aggressive and cheaper than sodium sulfate. The chemistry is clear. This product literally breaks down proteins at the molecular level. Knowing that your hair is 90% a protein called keratin, this shampoo is dissolving the very structure of your hair, wash after wash. Plus, to make their very diluted and watery formula a bit thicker, the industry adds a magic and free ingredient, sodium chloride. It's quite simply table salt. Putting concentrated table salt on your scalp every day severely dries out the skin, causes microcracks, chronic itching, and weakens the bulb so much that the hair ends up falling out just by brushing it. The real cost of this budget shampoo is the molecular destruction of your hair. Number 2, Sedal. Also marketed under the name Sunsilk, the hypocritical double standard and toxic geopolitics. This brand is a true retail giant in Asia, Latin America, Africa, and many parts of Europe. Brightly colored bottles, massive advertising campaigns with young women with perfect hair. But this brand illustrates the darkest moral problem of cosmetic multinationals, the health double standard. These industry giants meticulously adjust their chemical formulas based on the laws of the country where they sell. In nations where health regulations are strict, under pressure from consumers and governments, Sunsilk is sold with cleaner formulas, purged of the worst toxins. But in developing countries, or in regions where the law is lax, the very same multinational uses the most toxic, oldest, and most dangerous ingredients, simply because they are much cheaper. It's the same brand name, the same logo, and the same bottle. But the liquid inside is a lower quality version, packed with allergy-inducing preservatives simply because the local law allows it. Furthermore, this brand makes massive use of compounds called PEG. The documented problem with PEG compounds is that they are very frequently contaminated with 1,4-dioxane. It's not an ingredient. It's an industrial manufacturing byproduct, classified as a probable carcinogen. Since it's not an intentionally added ingredient, it never appears on the label. You buy this brand thinking you're getting a good deal, but you pay for this industrial cynicism with your health. And finally, number 1, Clear Men. The shampoo for men that brings together the worst of the entire industry in a single bottle. It's the ultimate chemical bomb, sold through aggressive marketing, specifically targeting the male population. Angularly designed bottles, black and silver colors, promises of strength, absolute dandruff control, and boosted masculinity. But let's break down the chemical formula. They've included zinc pyrithione in very high doses, like Head and Shoulders, to totally wipe out the microbiome and create a dependency. They've included extremely aggressive industrial sulfates to dissolve proteins and strip the scalp. They've included dimethicone, like Pantene, to suffocate the surviving hair under a layer of synthetic plastic. And the final trick of the illusion, they add a massive amount of menthol. Why? Because male psychology associates the sensation of burning and intense freshness with a deep clean, but menthol cleans absolutely nothing at all. It's an irritant that tricks your nerve endings. You feel a freshness that gives you the impression the product is working, when in reality, the chemical cocktail is violently attacking your skin. For a man with short hair who showers every day, or even twice a day after sports, it's a one-way ticket to disaster. The scalp is perpetually irritated, and the hair follicles are constantly stressed and inflamed. Many men notice their hair thinning and think their baldness is solely the result of genetics. That's false. While genetics play a role, this type of shampoo dramatically accelerates the hair miniaturization process by destroying the root's environment. It's severe damage, packaged and sold as a product of virility. Now the question you're all asking yourselves: what to do? Go into your bathroom. Count how many of these 7 brands are in your shower. The truth is hard to hear, but it must be confronted. Fortunately, the market has evolved, and some brands prove that a truly beneficial shampoo can exist when companies actually care about public health, rather than short-term profit margins. Here is the first safe option, the benchmark for natural transition, Shea Moisture, real ingredients, without toxic compromises. This brand is the perfect example that it is possible to do things correctly. Originally created with real shea butter, it has remained faithful to the use of natural and raw ingredients. The crucial point here is that shea moisture is strictly formulated without any harsh sulfates. How does it clean then? They use mild surfactants like decyl glucoside, which are derived from coconut oil or sugar. These cleansers remove dirt and excess sebum, but they are chemically smart enough not to strip the proteins from your hair nor destroy your skin barrier. They do not use any heavy silicones. They moisturize with real plant butters. And for the fragrance, they use authentic essential oils, not synthetic phthalate cocktails. When you open a bottle of shea moisture, the aroma is different. It is subtle, organic. A very important point to note, when you apply this shampoo, you will notice that it lathers much less than your usual shampoos. Do not panic, it is normal and it is exactly what you want. The huge, dense lather of supermarket shampoos is a chemical illusion created by industrial sulfates to make you believe that it cleans better. A respectful physiological cleaning does not require mountains of foam. Your hair will come out clean, but it will not be rough or squeaky under your fingers. Yes, the initial investment is a bit higher, generally double that of a low-end shampoo. But remember that you are paying for real cold-pressed oils, not for 90% salt water and industrial detergent. Second safe option, the veteran of hair health, Jason Natural. 65 years of consistency and clean shampoo. The Jason brand did not wait for the natural trend to invade social media. They have been making clean products since 1959. Over 65 years of unwavering commitment. Zero sulfates, zero parabens, zero synthetic fragrances. Rather than using harsh chemicals, they use hydrolyzed plant proteins derived from quinoa, soy, or wheat to fortify the hair during washing. For hydration, they use jojoba oil. Science shows that jojoba oil is the botanical substance that most closely resembles natural human sebum. The scalp therefore absorbs it perfectly instead of being suffocated as it would be with silicone. Their anti-dandruff treatment line is a masterpiece. Instead of using zinc pyrithione, which destroys everything, they use natural salicylic acid extracted from willow bark. This acid gently exfoliates dead skin and treats the problem without destroying your skin's microbiome, and without making you chemically dependent. The medicinal scent of their tea tree shampoo is powerful, but it's the real scent of the therapeutic plant, not some laboratory menthol. It's a brand worthy of the highest trust, recommended by many international dermatologists for patients suffering from psoriasis, eczema, or alopecia. It's time to take back control. The cosmetic industry has profited for far too long from our lack of knowledge in chemistry. Silicones that suffocate the follicles, formaldehyde released under the heat of the shower, marketing playing on psychology to hide toxic bombs, and bacteriological dependencies created from scratch. The absolute majority of shampoos sold in stores today are not treatments. They are premeditated damage, sold on a large scale thanks to clever advertising. Here is your action plan starting today. Go into your bathroom. Take every bottle, turn it over, and look at the list of ingredients with a magnifying glass. If you see the words sodium or ammonium lauryl sulfate, if you see the words dimethicone or cyclomethicone, if you see the words methylisothiazolinone, or if the word fragrance is among the first 5 ingredients on the list, throw that product away. Don't even finish it to save money. The health of your scalp, the integrity of your hormones, and the strength of your hair are not worth the few coins you think you're saving. It's completely normal to experience a transition phase when you switch from a toxic shampoo to a natural shampoo. For about 2 to 3 weeks, your hair might look a little flat. Or strange, it's the detoxification phase. Your hair is breaking free from the layers of plastic built up by silicones, and your scalp is relearning how to regulate its own sebum production without being attacked every morning. But once this short period has passed, the magic happens. In a few weeks, your hair will regain its true texture. You'll notice a drastic decrease in hair loss in the shower and more vigorous growth, and a soothed scalp. The goal of hygiene is not to sterilize your head with industrial chemicals. The goal is to clean while respecting your body's biology. If this long and detailed investigation has opened your eyes to the industry's practices, if it has helped you understand the chemistry behind the beautiful labels, leave a like. It's the only way to fight the millions of dollars in advertising from these multinationals. And to allow the algorithm to show this truth to more people, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming investigations into the products you use every day.